Hey, Preps and Devos, it's Coach Ethan with D1 Training STL-West, bringing you D1 at home for Tuesday, April 14th, and it's lower body day. So after you complete a 5 to 10 minute warm-up, you'll take part in the performance segment, which will be attached to this video located in the description. After you do your performance segment, give yourself 2 minutes rest or so, and then we'll roll into the resistance training piece. I'll go ahead and share my screen with you so you can view it. And at this point, I'll have you take a screenshot so you can see the workout. All right, you can keep it on your phone. So I'll give you a few more seconds. Go ahead and screenshot it, and now you have it. So you can refer to it whenever you want to. All right, so pay close attention to this performance segment. All right, so you'll do your wall your wall series knee drive switch. All right, same sets and reps. However, your 10 up, 10 down, you'll do 2 sets today. All right, so make sure you pay attention to that. You do 2 sets of your 10 up, 10 down before moving along to your resistance training. After your 2 minute rest, after your performance segment, we're gonna go into the resistance training part. You're gonna start with a depth drop or hop to drop for 4 sets of 5 reps. You're gonna pair that with a single leg broad jump for 3 sets of 5 reps. All right, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate. I have my weights behind me right here, all right, and I'll demonstrate a depth drop. So if you have a box, a chair that you can safely step off of, or a set of steps you can, that's where you're gonna do your depth drop, all right? So I'm roughly 12 to 14 inches off the ground. I step and I land soft with my hips pointing back behind me, all right? I get done, take a few second rest, walk back behind where I need to start, and do it again. You can alternate legs. All right, you want to try to land as quiet as you can, land on the balls of your feet. If you don't have something to step off of, you can do what I call a hop to drop. You simulate the height of that box or those plates that are stacked, and you just hop up and land softly. It's the same thing. Show your side profile, up, and then land softly on the balls of your feet, all right, allowing your legs to absorb the force, pushing those hips back, all right? Then you'll pair that with a single leg broad jump. You'll jump off one leg, all right, after you load it and land on both. So I'm loading my left, I push, land on 2, all right? That's 1 rep on one side, load the leg, push off, land on 2, all right? So that's a rep per side there, all right? And that's A1 and A2. After you get done with the A's, going into B's. All right, now we're gonna do B1, B2, and B3, which is a jump squat for 3 sets of 12, along with a tempo squat going down for 5 seconds, 3 sets of 12 reps, and then you're gonna do a single leg glute bridge for 3 sets of 12 on each side. So pretty easy to remember, 3 times 12 on all 3. All right, so a squat jump first. All right, this week, if you wanna hold something light for resistance, 5 or 10 pounds, you can. I would suggest nothing heavier than probably 10 or 15, all right? If you don't have anything, you don't feel comfortable jumping with a weight, just do like we did last week, squat jump. So you're squatting down, you don't have to go into a full squat, all right, but make sure you at least get to half or a little bit more. Squat, up, and then when you land, make sure your hips are back, okay? If you're not using a weight, all right, just use your arms to get up in the air. So down, up, all right? Just like so. After you do your jump squats, you'll do your tempo squat. All right, make sure your feet are shoulder width. Turn your toes out slightly, soft bend your knees. Movement first occurs at the hips, so the hips go back, and then you're gonna allow your knees to bend. Make sure your knees stay over your feet, and then drive back up. So it's 5 seconds down. Side profile here, hips back, bend the knees, flat back, and then up. All right, come up quick, so 5 seconds down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, parallel, up. That's a tempo squat. All right, and then a single leg glute bridge is the 3rd piece of the puzzle for B segment. All right, I'm gonna use my left leg as an example. I'm gonna bring my right leg up to my chest. My left foot is roughly 6 to 8 inches from my butt. All right, I'm gonna flatten my lower back against the ground, relax the back of my head on the floor as well, and my arms are out at an ankle. Make sure your knee is in line with the hip, and then you're gonna drive through the entire foot
and push your hips up towards the ceiling. Pause at the top. You get a good contraction in the glute and the hamstring. Come down nice and controlled. As soon as you touch, boom, back up. Pause at the top, and then come down and repeat until you get to 12. And then you'll knock out 12 on your other side. Okay?
And once you get done with those three, the B's, we're going to roll into the C's. All right, so we have three more coming at you. C1, C2, and C3. You do the RDL, so 3 sets of 12 eccentric slider curls for 5 seconds, 3 sets of 12, and then pogos for 2 sets of 40, okay? So when you do an RDL, all right, a couple ways to do it. Depending upon what weights you have, okay, I'll grab 2 weights here. If you have 2 weights, and that's all you have, you can hold them at your sides here. Soft bend in the knees, all right? Let the weights stay either on the side or slightly in front of your thighs here. Soft bend your knees, push your hips back. You're gonna do an RDL like so. All right, side profile, soft bend your knees, holding the weights, pinching your shoulder blades back, hinge the hips until you feel tension in the hamstrings and glutes, and then come right back up. If you have a heavy single weight, all right, like a heavy kettlebell or a heavier dumbbell, you can hold it like so. Okay, same stance, soft bend the knees, hips back, RDL, like that, okay? Or if all you have is a band that'll allow you to have some good resistance, just put the band around your feet, all right? And then grab the tightest part of the band, and you can stand and do almost a conventional deadlift with it, all right? Same motion, it's through the hips, that'll work the glutes and the hamstrings, okay? After you complete your RDL, we're gonna do eccentric slider curls, all right, for 5 seconds going out. You're gonna lay on your back. If you have paper plates, old rag or something, or an old t-shirt that you can slide across the floor, that's when you use that. I actually have some moving sliders that I'm gonna demonstrate with, okay? And they might slip out from underneath my feet because I'm on concrete here, which is not the ideal type of floor to do these on, but they will work, all right? So start in your glute bridge position, all right? You're gonna come up and then drag your, push your feet out long for 5 seconds. Once you get done and your legs are lengthened, just bring your feet back in. All right, and if you need to, reset your feet. Legs you lost my slider. All right, so then pop those hips up and then count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that was another rep. All right, pull them back in and then continue to go. So you're only doing the eccentric part of the exercise, which means you're lengthening your legs out, okay? Nice and controlled and slow. And then you're gonna pair that with pogos for 40, okay? Try to do them as quick as you can. Stay on the balls of the feet. Very minimum bend in the knee. And when you jump, think about pulling your toes up towards your shins like my right foot here, all right? So you're here and for 40, all right? You're not trying to get up very high. You're trying to go quick off the ground, all right, and spend minimal time. Once you touch the ground, you're trying to get right back up, all right? After you complete the C's, we're gonna do a little core work on D1 and D2. We'll do leg scissors for 3 sets of 30 total, and then reverse crunches for 3 sets of 20. All right, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate those. Leg scissors, you're gonna lay on your back. Your legs will be out long. If you need to, you can put your hands underneath your hips, all right, to make sure that a lot of the pressure doesn't go to your lower back if that's an issue. All right, so legs out, you're gonna go out and then over, over. All right, just make sure you alternate which foot goes up top, and they don't have to be super spaced. Okay, one foot right above the other. All right, if that causes you too much of an issue, just go out and in and bring your feet together. All right, you'll do 30 total. And then a reverse crunch, all right? You'll start with your legs out long, keep your shoulders somewhat elevated to turn on the upper core, all right? And then legs go out, knees come in, and then raise your hips just a little bit, and then legs lengthen back out, knees come up, and legs go back out, all right? You'll knock out 20 of those. All right, so that would conclude the resistance training piece of the workout today. But then you have some additional work. All right, we're gonna do 8 sprints, all right, for 15 yards or covering 15 yards, but you only need a 10-yard wide space. Okay, so if you can find somewhere with 10 yards, whether it's your backyard, a field next to you, if there's a park next to you that you have access to, some place where you can walk out 30 feet or 10 yards. All right, and you're going to mark line 1, all right, 5 yards, and then 0 yards. Or I'm sorry, 10 yards, and I'll show you how to do that. So a large step for most people, all right, unless you're super tall, is roughly, all right, a yard, all right, which is 3 feet, all right, 3 feet a yard. So 1, 2, you do that 10 times, that'll give you roughly 10 yards. You'll set a marker at the beginning, in the very middle, and at the very end, all right? You're gonna do a shuffle to sprint, okay? So you're gonna shuffle back 5 and then sprint forward 10. So you'll always start at the mid line, okay? We'll call it the mid line, the back line, and the front line. And every time you go, you're just gonna make sure you alternate which way you face. So that way when you shuffle, all right, you're gonna shuffle, and then you hit that back line, turn, and you're gonna sprint for 10, all right? Once you're done, give yourself 45 to 60 seconds rest, come back, and then just make sure you face the opposite way as you do the same, okay? So you only need roughly about 30 feet, but make sure you have some more feet past that so you can get a full 10-yard sprint and then slow down afterwards, okay? And then once you complete your 8 shovel sprints, or your shuffle to sprint, I should say, you'll do your ACL Play It Safe, okay? And you can download that, and it'll give you a program to complete on your own after all this is done. And what that does is it lessens the likelihood of obtaining a lower limb injury during play, practice, or any physical activity. All right, get your parents' permission. You can download that app in any of the app stores, and you're going to stay on level 1 for the next several weeks. All right, so that concludes Tuesday, April 14th, lower body workout. Go crush it.